Hi my Stampin' friends, I'm Sandra at artypapercrafters.com. Thank you for joining me today, and my tutorial for you today is this pretty little card that I've just made. I think it's really gorgeous. I've stamped some flowers and leaves using the Abstract Impressions stamp set. Gorgeous little stamp set, photopolymer, so you can see through it. It's a 3-step or 2-step stamping stamp set with sentiments as well, so it's really useful. And if flowers were hugs, I'd send you 1,000. That's the sentiment that I've put on here. Stamped these leaves and flowers and added some iridescent sequins, which I think just finish it off and give it that special touch. And I also married it up with the matching Springtime Impressions Thinlits dies. You get 3 dies, which are very big. This measures 5 3/4, I think it is. This piece of card measures 5 3/4 by 4 1/4. And you can see that this is a very big die. You get that as well as this huge butterfly and a little flower, and you can buy that as a bundle with this stamp set and save 10%. So I added the a little die cut on the side here, and I think that that just gives it a really pretty finishing touch. So I'm going to show you how I made that today. I have got a piece for the inside, but I haven't stamped it because I wanted to stamp a sentiment when I'm ready to send this to somebody. But this piece of card measures 5 1/4 by 3 7/8. So to make the card, you're going to need a piece of cardstock which measures 5 1/2 by 8 1/4, scored on the long side at 4 1/8. You're going to need for the inside a piece that I said measures 5 1/4 by 3 7/8, and I've got a piece of DSP here. This comes from the Tropical Escape DSP, and it measures 4 3/4 by 2 3/4. You need a piece to stamp on which measures 2 1/4 by 3 7/8. And then I've got a piece of shimmery white card which we're going to do a little bit of water colouring and then stamp our sentiment on that. So let's get started with that, and I'm going to first of all start off with my water colouring so that that can dry while we put the card together. So the sentiment I'm using today is thank you, but before we use that, we are going to use Powder Pink and Poppy Parade. So I just want to do a bit of colouring with my Poppy Parade. So we need to scrunch our stamp set like this and open it up to get our ink here. And I've filled this with water. And then I'm just going to do a very light wash over the top of this shimmery card, and we're going to just leave that to dry while we get on with the rest of it. Just need a piece of tissue or something to wipe off my little aqua painter, and then we can put that away again. And then I'm going to clean that off because I don't want to have any problems with that. So we don't need that one anymore. Right then, let's get on with our card. So we're going to start off and we're going to fold our cardstock in half and score it. And then on the front we are going to do a pattern. And for that pattern we are using this stamp just here. So I'll get that out. It on a block. Do you know what? I've got cat's hairs on everything. My cat, she just will climb all over my table. Bless her. Right, so using the same colour ink, this is Poppy Parade cardstock, by the way, in case I forgot to say that. So we're going to open up our Poppy Parade ink, and then we're going to do some stamping across the top of our card. So we're just going to go along with a pattern. So you just keep dipping it into the ink. I'm just spacing it down as I go. Just really providing a bit of a background pattern. There's no right way or wrong way to stamp this, just however you fancy. And I suppose I'm leaving about 3/4 of an inch gap all the way down to get my design. And I think that's enough. So I'm going to close that up momentarily. And you can see that that's the pattern. Oh, let's pull you out. I don't think you could see properly, could you? That's the pattern that I've created with that stamp. So it's just a nice little bit of a background. Right then, so we can put that to one side, and we're going to get our piece of white, Whisper White, and on that we're going to put our pattern, which is on here. So let's bring that one in so you can see. So we need our Poppy Parade ink. We need our powder pink ink, and we also need, I think we'll use garden green ink. So we start off with our stamps from the stamp set, so we're using this one and this one, and we're going to do a bit of layering. So where are we? Garden green, and with this one we're going to stamp off, and then we're going to stamp on. And I suppose we're going about fairly near the top. So we're just stamping that into the middle like that. And then with our other one, we're not going to stamp this off, we're just going to line it up on the opposite side, and we're going to stamp, and that way we get a darker pattern. So that's our green. Now we are going to get our little flowers. So this one is 2-step stamping, so let me clean off my stamps. Let's put them away. Put those away. That way we don't lose them. And this will sit on here. And then it looks like I need a bigger block, doesn't it? And then this is the one that goes over the top. Right then, so I'm going to go into the powder pink ink for this, and you're lining it up with the tops of these leaves here. Can you see that? Lining it up with the tops of the leaves. Let's move those out of the way. So we're lining it up with the tops of those leaves, and you just move the stamp around until you've got it into the right position and stamp. And that's our cute little flowers. And then into the Poppy Parade, and you're lining it up into more or less the same position on the stamp, and you can see where you're going over the top, and all you're doing is catching the edges to give more definity. So it's cute. Let's put this away for a moment because I don't want to get my fingers or my card in it. So that's our stamping done for that. Now we're going to stamp our sentiment on our piece that was drying. So for that I'm stamping Thank You in Poppy Parade, having to get it out again. So into the Poppy Parade and down. Thank you. And now it's a question of putting it together, and so I'm using my tailored tag punch. I think it's called tailored tag. I'm using my tailored tag punch out my Thank You. And let's put this card together. So I've got a piece of DSP called Tropical Chic. So we're not going to glue that down, but we're going to glue it down onto this. So getting our glue, we're just going to put a little bit of glue on this, not too much, don't need too much, and we're just going to offset it slightly, like that. And next thing we're going to do our die. Now I've put this big die through my Big Shot using the I've forgotten what it's called. I'll put all the details on my blog. It's it helps you to get more definement to your stamps, and I can't think of the name of it. My mind's gone blank. Anyway, let's use the pokey brush and the little sponge that helps us get out all these bits nice and quickly. So you just go over your stamp, your die cut rather, until you get all these little pieces out. More there. I think that's nearly all out, and you can see how quickly this gets your dies cuts out. It saves you having to use your pokey tool to get them out, so it's nice and quick. And then we need to just pull our die out of here. So I've noticed that you need to just pull very, very gently to get your die out of here, because you don't want to damage it. So gently as you go, and that comes out very easily then. Any last little bits that are stuck in there, just poke them out with your pokey tool. Where's my pokey tool gone? There we are, just a couple there that seem to be resisting. There we are, such a beautiful die cut that is. Right, let's get rid of all these bits and bobs that we don't need. Stick that in the bin. So now that we've got this, we need to cut it into pieces, and it doesn't matter how you cut it. So I'm just going to get my scissors here, and I think I cut that piece there to go there. So I just cut that off there. You don't have to be careful, because some of it's hidden, so the bits that are hidden are fine. And then I used that there with that there, so just cut round here and cut round there, and that piece is going up the top. And then for my little piece of flower here, I just cut round this part here. And you can keep the rest spare bits, and just tidy up if you know it's going to be showing, and just do a bit of tidying up as you go, like that. See? Right, let's assemble our card now that we've got all our pieces. So let's bring in our card again, and what we need to do, we need to position where we want this part and put our die pieces in there like that, and I can see I need to just tidy this piece up here because it's going to be showing. So that piece goes just there, and this piece goes under here like that. Oops. The piece goes like that, and then we have this piece here sticking out here like that, and then we need to just glue those down. So I just used a little bit of wet glue here, and I just stuck the edge down that was going to be hidden like that. Just catch the edges, you don't need to do very much to it. And if you're not sure where it is, just lay your top part back on and then maneuver this round until you've got it where you want it to go. Like that. And then this part here is just going to get stuck down with a little bit of wet glue, not very much, over the top. Position that where you want it. Making sure that you've got like an even border all the way around where you want it to go. Like that. And you can lift that up if you want to give it a little bit more of a dimension to it, which looks great. I like this Poppy Parade. First time I've used this colour, it's nice. Love it. Right then, and now I've got this absolutely divine mini ruffled ribbon, 3/8 of an inch wide. And isn't that just the most divine ribbon you've ever seen? And it's all crinkly and curly, and it just, well, you can just fold it, make bows with it however you want. I love it. So we're going to get some scissors, and we're going to do like a little zigzag across here. So we're going to just measure that, zigzagging across here like that, and we're going to cut that off there. And we're going to give this a little point as well. And then I'm just going to run a small amount of glue across there, and then we're going to bring our ruffly ribbon across here, and across here. Oops, just need a bit more ribbon glue there to stick that. That's it. And you get 9.1 meters in this, which is 10 yards. It's gorgeous. And it comes in 5 colours: powder pink, fresh fig, berry burst, lemon lime twist, and tranquil tide. Beautiful. Right then, to finish it off, we've got our little sentiment that says thank you there. So we're going to stick a couple of dimensionals on that. Across the middle. Take those off. And stick that across the middle there. Oh, that is great. It's pretty. Oh, it's gorgeous. Right, now for our mini sequin. These are the iridescent sequin assortment. Love these. And with my China marker, I'm going to use that to pick them up. So I'm going to put some sequins on. So we're going to work out, I want sequins on every single flower. So I'm just putting a little bit of wet glue on the centres of each of these. So we'll start with those, and then I'm going to pick up with my China marker. I'm going to see if I can get a darker one so that I've got a dark centre. And then some of them can have green centres. Oh, fiddly or what? But so worth the effort because it just makes it look so pretty. Lost my glue. So you just, that's done those, and then I'm going to put some couple here of glue, and I'm going to make these green because I think they'll show up nicely then. Right, where else are we going to put some? Let's have one down here and a couple on here, just to finish. So, and then I'll have this small one here. There, that completes that. And of course, if you wanted to spritz some Wink of Stella, that would look good too, wouldn't it? So, I like that. And then this goes in the middle, which, like I said before, I'm not stamping that because I'll stamp it when I want to give them away. And I think that they are absolutely gorgeous. They are so pretty and worth the effort. So I hope you enjoyed that today. Thank you for joining me and for watching and subscribing. I hope to be back with you again very soon with another video. So until then, it's bye from now. Bye.